It's a sad day here in Munising because my work gloves got a hole in them. They've been really good. I've used them for gardening and painting and moving stuff. So I'm going to keep going in them. You know, they're still doable, but I thought I'd share the sad news.
Till harvest time, the crop could prevail over the competing weeds. And in the case of peanuts, with the follow-up, because the economic kernels in addition, there were decisions about crop variety, control of insects, types and spacing of seed, fertilizer forms, running water, and the methods of application. All of these decisions, and many others, had to be made daily. Usually alone by men who had
white, and that's just gonna be the white paper underneath. The more paper, the better storage, just like onions. The more layers on the outside, the better it's being protected. And so that's why even this garlic I sell, you'll see it, it's like this. It's not gonna be perfectly cleaned off. A lot of my vegetables aren't, because that's how they store better. I don't want it going bad the next day just because I cleaned it. Harder to break apart the tiny ones. Like you saw me doing, you just want to pull them back from the base, and then you'll be left with something like this, like a little hat. You want to keep as much of the bottom part on as you can, because that's where the roots are going to be growing from. And you want to keep on as much of the paper as you can, because that's like a jacket. It's going to protect it throughout the winter. It's okay if the paper falls off. You don't necessarily want any bald bulbs. Maybe use that in your cooking that night. But you want your garlic to look like this. So today, after this workshop, I'm literally going home to break open 20 pounds of garlic and then plant it. And so one bulb, one head of garlic will produce then 6 heads. Well, in this case, 6 heads of garlic. So that's how it works, is that, you know, you break those apart and then each of these is going to grow its own garlic head. With the tinier ones, I don't even know if my cold fingers can do this quick enough. The tinier ones, yes, they're going to have more heads in them. That was a lot for that big head of garlic, actually. This one has 6 as well. But this is going to then produce smaller heads of garlic. So like this little guy, this little guy, I would not plant him. I would just keep him for dinner, or chuck him, or plant him, because why not? You should a head of garlic. But if you were looking for like lineage, you wouldn't plant him. I would plant him. So that's my smallest head. This is an heirloom garlic that's over from Sundell. It's going to be a little bit spicier than these larger heads. These are going to be a little bit more mild. They still have a lot of flavor, don't get me wrong, but these guys are just going to have a more body. That's true of really any small garlic. And so, like I said, you can just rip off that outer paper, and then I slide my finger down, and once you hook onto one, they all fall apart. And so you are going to see discoloration. I chose this one because I thought it looked like it didn't dry right and had some mold, but I don't think that that's mold. So you will see some discoloration in there. That's absolutely okay. Doesn't mean it's bad garlic. If you doubt it, you can peel it open, and then you can see that's perfectly fine garlic in there. You wouldn't want to plant anything. Can't tell if I dropped a tiny little one. You wouldn't want to plant anything that's rotting, of course. That's not going to do anything beneficial. So again, keeping as much of that base on there as you can, and as much of the paper. And then you want to plant your garlic. I plant my garlic way closer than most folks. I kind of do that with all my planting. We talked about that in our beginning workshops. It's just kind of intensive. I just think that they want you to plant further, so you have to plant more and buy more seed. You can plant closer a lot of things. You want to think about a garlic head growing. So if the garlic, you saw how big that garlic head was. So if I wanted the garlic to be that big, that means that, you know, I want it to have that much space around it. So in a bed, I'm going to plant in a row. So it's going to be, you know, like a garlic here, a garlic here, a garlic here, and then a garlic there. So 4 across. I did 5 across this year, and it was an experiment, and I was very happy with it. I didn't see any adverse growing or anything like that. So in a situation like this, I would just start with the first one. And as you can see, that soil is so dry in there. That's why I'm going to let it get saturated before mulching it. This is just a mixture of compost, vermicompost, and potting. So there's a garlic from last year.
Oh,
I tried soft nut garlic in these in my greenhouse. But then it got so hot so quick, and they were like, yeah, and then cold again, and they were like, absolutely not.
What's going on?
Literally, like every plant. So that's what this is, just a mixture of compost and potting soil. And so I'm not happy with how dry this is, but as we talked about. So I'm going to go about 5 inches down, and you're going to plant it with the tip up because that's where the roots are going to grow from. I had a couple this year where you could tell I was just throwing them in the holes. I learned a little bit of a lesson there. So you'll plant it butt down like that, and then just lightly pack over. You don't want to be really packing that soil, because think about that little first tendril coming out through all that soil. It needs to have room to grow. And that's, of course, when we talk about, what your soil should be like. People think like that compacted soil is really good, and then people think this is really good, but you need that mixture. So that first one's there, and then I will come over here and do the same thing. Just work that down.
So you would not plant these and then water it? You would have it moist first and then...
Oh, no, you can plant it and water it.
Okay,
You would just not want your soil to get as dried out as this is what I'm saying. Yeah, these are just from outside, and we haven't had rain, as you all know.
Thanks.
So I'm going to do 4 around the sides here, and then I'm going to do 1 in the center. It's a little packed, but why not? It's an experiment. And then this garlic that we grow here, next year we will harvest and dry, and then that will be our seed garlic to plant next year. So I'm going to try to create, a little garlic. Almost called it a garlic army, not a garlic army. But so then folks in the area can be planting the garlic from here. That's my hope anyway. So this is planted, and I forgot my little tags. You would want to tag this. Don't be an Olivia farmer and forget to tag your things and then have to guess what the crops are. You would tag this, and this is a music variety, so I would write music. I wouldn't write the date or anything, because I'd probably take a picture and go back, but you could write the date. I have 1 garlic bulb left, so I'll probably tuck it in the bed here. Annie, if you would tell me which bed I can tuck it in.
Gary tells me we have bathroom tile, not grouted. Oh, here's our handiwork on the doors. Painted, as you would have seen by now in GoPro videos, I hope. All right, bedroom. Ooh, yes. Yes, there's the tile. That's awesome. Love it. And I finished varnishing the vanities yesterday, so those and the toilet can go in. Pretty awesome sauce. Cool. Anything else new? No, there wouldn't be anything else new up here. They were working on stuff downstairs mostly. So, although this is new, so, right? Was that on there over the weekend? Maybe it was. Anyway, over and out. Let us take a peek at what's going on in the backyard. Look at all of the leaves that are down now. The trees exposed. So we had some windy days at night, so got a lot more of our trees exposed. So it's kind of a fun change. Looks a lot like when we moved in, except green, maybe a tad greener. More leaves. Garden looking good. So my project today is partly here in the garden. First off, we should applaud Gary on the raised bed that he made for the garlic. How about that? Is that not amazing? It is amazing. So use the lasagna method on filling this bed. So that means it has the compost, dried grass, apples, the layers. There's sticks at the bottom. And then the top is our own soil that I scooped out from here. And then I'm going to check the depth of it to see how deep. I took a garlic planting class yesterday, so learned a lot. And now I'm going to check to see how deep this is, so I know how much, if I need to add more dirt before I add the manure, and then get the mulch on there and then plant. So I should have about 4 inches of dirt. So let's see, this is looking pretty good. This is looking really good. Yay. Cool. So I got it done over here. Got it done. This one probably has a little bit less. Even this is pretty good. Sweet. Did the work. Got it done. So I'm gonna put the manure out here, then a layer of leaves. And I asked the master gardener if I could use, she said to recommend putting a layer of leaves before you mulch. And I asked if apple scab leaves are okay for this kind of thing. And she said, yeah, because it's gonna be covered so it won't blow around. So I'm going to do that. I'm also going to mulch the front flower beds, get them winterized too, and then I can think about the rest of this. Really, it's about making space for one more raised bed and getting these, getting some manure out here, and weeding this one. This is the only one where we have weeds. For a substantial amount of weeds, I guess, because I didn't mulch that. Anyway, and get all this do this some soil prep for next year. Apparently now is the time to use the compost manuring kind of thing. So we'll do that. So that's what's on the agenda today. I'm going to bring the GoPro out, so hopefully you'll be able to see some of it, unless the GoPro gives me a hassle, which it shouldn't. But exciting situation out here. It's about 50 degrees, so not too cold. Gotta enjoy it. Over and out.
like me. Oh no.
This is me telling the world that it is okay that we do not have the in-floor heat in the new foyer. Bill, Joel, witnesses, Gary, even Robert heard it. Where is he?
So we are working
We're good.
on other ideas.
Pouring concrete. Over and out.
Going.
I just got my hair done. I had to go down to Manistee to get it done, which was fine. But now I have a little bit of time before 4-H. So I see we got some ducks in the bay here in Munising. Those are not mallards. I don't know what they are. Hold on, I'll get a close up. I don't know what kind of ducks they are. They're probably migrating. But still, isn't that fun? See some different ducks. I don't know if this belongs to humans or if it belongs to seagulls. But I'm gonna walk into Seagull Alley and I'll record it. I hope I don't get pooed on, because I have places to go after this. Oh, looks like they might just get scared and fly away. That's kind of a bummer too. Oh, that's a bummer. Bye everybody. Goodbye. Sorry. They'll be back. Except for this little dude. He's bold. Or she's bold. She's like, I don't care. Screw you. I'm walking here. I'm walking here. I'm walking here. This is a New Yorker come to visit us in Munising. Doesn't care about me wanting to be here or not. It's a good looking seagull. Must be a specific kind. I'll have to look it up. Speckled. Hello, my speckled friend. I'm walking here. He has red Louboutin shoes on. So does a woman. Or a guy. I'm not chasing you. I'm not chasing you. Oh. That's probably... Oh, no. Oh, look at that. I'm not chasing you. There it goes. It'll come back. Now that I've chased all the birds away from... Oh, look at all of them out there, huh? Look at all of them. It's fun. It's the last couple days of October, and it is currently 62, 63 degrees here in Munising, so that's freaky. Like, not good. It should be cooler, much cooler, because I think the cold and the snow is what kind of protects this area, but hopefully we can, we'll get back to normal. Would you check out this little bonus here? This was where paving stones were, and they had extra cement. So now we have a little walkway. Other updates back here. We have lights at the back entrance. And over this way, you'll notice some changes in the front of the house. We have a slab. Oh, but we traded it. We traded the slab, our doors for slab. The doors will come back. Pretty cool. We have a slab. If you want to put your initials in, now's the time. Oops, by the time you watch this, it'll be over. So that happened. And yeah. It's almost 70 degrees. It is actually 70 degrees here today, which is really, really, really freaky. So I don't know what's happening, but yeah, there are no leaves on the trees, but it's 70 degrees out. So that's where we're at here in the UP. Over and out. Gary made me another garden bed. Yes! Look at that beaut. We're about to lasagna layer it. Thank you, Gary. I think I'll close out the week here with the vanities stained and ready to go. So they have 3 coats of varnish, sanded, very smooth. So on that note, thanks for watching. Hope you had a great week.